One thing that I'm sure we can all agree on, Harry Kane, as you mentioned there, Gregor, and as Johnny introed in his piece, he scored 10 goals across his 11 major tournament knockout stage appearances. That's 3 more than any other European player in the same period. Kylian Mbappé is next with 7. Kane is also the first England player to score twice in a World Cup knockout stage match since Gary Lineker against Cameroon in the 1990 quarterfinals. James, you've seen some of these great players at this World Cup, Kylian Mbappé, you've seen Vinicius, you've seen Erling Haaland. This was Harry Kane being on that level, dragging England through, wasn't it? The header, as Matt Lawton said, managing to generate the power and the positioning to get it in the bottom corner. And that second goal. I mean, on yesterday's show, me and Gregor spent 20 minutes waxing lyrical about Michael Olise and Kylian Mbappé. And I opened by asking Gregor, is there anything left to say about these two players? Harry Kane is a man that you've written about a lot. Have you got anything left to say about Harry Kane?
He's just clutch, isn't he? I completely agree with Johnny's match report. He's, the best England player since of my lifetime, which is all I can really, go on. It was nice to see him have a moment of where he really just produced an absolute screaming finish that sort of made you go, wow. Because I think often in major tournaments, he's sort of just got that knack, and you sort of go away from it thinking, well, he just finds himself in the right place, and he's just, he's got that ability. But for him to sort of offer a reminder of the fact that he, is actually an unbelievable technician, as good a ball striker as there probably is in world football, really. I thought it was nice for him to have that moment. It's interesting that you compare him with those other, great names. I think we've obviously talked a lot about how it's the World Cup of Messi and Mbappé and Haaland, but I think what's really interesting is that all those three players in particular, Messi, Mbappé, and Haaland, are all quite limited really in their sort of contribution to overall play. I would almost argue that, it's hard to say Kane is more important to England than Messi is to Argentina, isn't it? But his all-round contribution, I think, is almost greater because, as well as being the absolute clutch guy, the world-class, dependable star that you can count on to put the ball in the back of the net, he's also, makes quite a big contribution to England's all-round play. He can drop into those number 10 positions and, play good passes as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Gregor, Harry Kane, more than on a level with some of those superstars that we've mentioned at this tournament, really delivering for England. He is an absolute superstar, isn't he?
Yes, yeah. And since he's completely switched to Bayern Munich and, gone up another level, I think the global renown is sort of soared as well. And his reputation is up there with those guys. And I think that's where he always wanted to be. And he always felt he should be testing himself and trying to put himself up with those kind of players, among the best in the world. And he just keeps coming up with moments, and he keeps delivering on when either his team or his country needs it most. And the second goal was outstanding. It was like to turn and to move the ball into that little kind of pocket of space that was just in front of and in between the fullback and the centre half, where almost neither of them were really committing to coming out and closing him down and stopping him from getting a shot off, and whipping it with such force in that motion into the top corner. It was just like the symmetry of it all was just absolutely perfect. There was no, it was very hard to turn and get a shot away there. He was marked so well for a lot of the game by Tuanzebe. Tuanzebe was brilliant. And that one moment, he just found the pocket of space that no one was really sure it was their responsibility to go out and close them down in, and he punished them ruthlessly. It was an absolutely magnificent moment.
One other kind of framing that's kind of interesting to put on Kane is from an England point of view, I think it's been very rare, again, certainly in my lifetime, it feels like all the really top players England have been at their best for England at major tournaments in the first half of their career. You think of players like David Beckham, Michael Owen and Wayne Rooney, obviously, are the really, really obvious ones who were sort of at their best, probably at their first couple of major tournaments, and then never, touch those heights again. Frank Lampard was brilliant at Euro 2004, and then, you know, probably again, that was his best major tournament. He didn't get any better for England. Kane is the one really who stands out as someone who has got better and better and better. He's a more complete player, and he's been able to translate that completeness to his performances in an England shirt. Past the age of 30, he's got better and better and better. And that is a bit of an anomaly for recent kind of, you know, world-class level England players who have tended to get worse at major tournaments, basically, from a kind of high bar to get worse.
Yeah, England will certainly be hoping he keeps getting better at this tournament. As we're recording this show, actually, Sam, who's a listener, has just emailed me in saying that given the total reliance that England have on Harry Kane, he thinks that maybe it's time to start a campaign to change the national anthem to God Save the Kane rather than God Save the King. I think there might be an idea in there. You never know, Sam. If England keep going and if Harry Kane keeps scoring,